Hello and welcome again to the Hollow Knight, where today we'll be discussing the Princess of the Night Blade, Linne. Hundreds of years ago, before the start of the story as we know it, a man known as the Hollow God visited a village and taught the people living there about the powers of Exis. After this, the surrounding villages were curious about what was going on in the village. In order to protect their secrets, the village chief created a group known as the Sword Concealed in the Hollow Knight, or as we know it today, the Night Blade. The Night Blade tried to artificially create even more powerful Exis abilities. However, during this, an internal struggle began between them, with them splitting into two groups known as the Reformists and the Moderates. In order to stop the conflict between the two groups, the elder in the village decided to engrave in two people with the very source of the Night Blade's knowledge of Exis. Kuon, the leader of the Night Blade, volunteered himself and his younger sister Linne to go through this process. This resulted in Linne getting the secret of Samsara, reincarnation, garbed into her soul. It turned her soul into a parasite of sorts that transfers from one body to another once the current host's body dies. This is how she has lived her life for several tens of bodies. This process causes Linne large amounts of guilt for ruining the lives of so many young girls. In her travels, she finds that the only thing that can end her suffering is the legendary sword of Insulator, which can rend her existence apart and kill her for good. She then wanders across Japan, searching for the blade with her pet Ku and her guardian Waldstein. During her travels, she happens upon a young man named Hyde, and after saving him from the voids, she finds out that he is the new wielder of Insulator and moves into his house to prepare him for the next Hollow Knight. In her arcade mode, Linne and Waldstein are planning to head into the night, leaving Hyde behind for fear of him losing the Insulator. They split up with Linne facing Merkaba. A bit shocked at finding a talking void, she then faces him in battle and defeats him. Later on, she runs into Aurier. After a bit of banter, Aurier then claims that she's going to apprehend Linne for the Licht Kreis. However, she loses to her as well. Linne then encounters Hilda, where Hilda admits to wanting to steal Linne's immortality powers. There's a bit of a struggle, but Linne emerges victorious from the battle. After the fight, Linne laments on her curse and suspects that her brother Kuon is behind Hilda's rise to power. She then swears to end her brother, so that she may then die in peace. Linne is an aloof and stoic girl who tries to take matters into her own hands, no matter how dangerous the situation is. As detailed earlier, however, she suffers immense guilt and depression for the countless lives she's taken over and ruined across the years, believing only her death can finally end the cycle. Even though Hyde has the ability to kill her, she even feels guilt over putting this burden on him. Despite all this, Linne's mature shell is not infallible. It can be broken under certain conditions, like when she's expressing wonder in a toy store or eating candy or other sweet foods. She even expresses anger during her and Hyde's first encounter, and she's seen blushing during Hyde's ending where he carries her on his back. These instances are also implied to be caused by her current body conflicting with her soul. Linne possesses the Exis of Agility, Speed Star, which allows her to move so fast it appears as though she's teleporting. She also wields two weapons, a long sword called No Name, which Linne herself forged some time ago with the help of Waldstein, and Nameless, which is an ordinary knife. Linne's style of combat is to try to disorientate the opponent and wear them down over time. This is because her body is that of a grade schooler, and thusly doesn't have a whole lot of power to spare. This is displayed in-game by having a few of her attacks coming off as though her longsword is a bit too heavy for her frame, especially with her infinite worth where she's forced to swing around her weapon to keep herself balanced. She's also the only character in the game who's able to double jump, which can lead to a very tricky style of play. Linne really hasn't gone through as many changes in the production as Hyde did. One consistent theme, though, was being a little girl and serving a pivotal role in the overall plot. Linne is quite the depressing character, though not a boring one all things considered. All that's left is to wonder how the plot will thicken in UniClear, and let's hope that she can actually find an end. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I wanted to say stay tuned for more UNIST content, and for any returning viewers, yeah, I'm sorry for this video being a little on the shorter side. There's a lot of context that I didn't really feel like repeating. Anyways though, get ready for the next upload, which is going to be about Waldstein. See ya!